Check. All right, I've already listened to this song on my phone. What up, YouTube? So let me preface. Tyson James has been posting about this on his page. I messaged him on one of his videos. I don't have him on. I thought I had him on X, and I couldn't find him on X the other day. I was gonna try to DM him and be like, "Hey, can we do like a 30-minute?" Unless he doesn't want to talk about it, but I think he does want to talk about it because he's posted it on his channel and stuff about what's happening with the CPS. And I wonder if he thinks that they've been watching him for longer. Like, in my mind, this is probably not just why they. Well, maybe this is why they finally decided to make a visit. But I'm jumping ahead of myself. He's been posting about how CPS showed up at his door because there was a picture of him online of one of his babies, one of his young kids, laying on top of a gun. The gun was an Orbeez toy gun, like an oversized, big. It's like a fake. It looks like a real pistol, but it's way big, too big. It's oversized. Um, like it's funnily, goofily, unless it's like a Desert Eagle 50 cal. Guns are not this big, and it has the orange tip on it, and it shoots Orbeez. And CPS showed up at his house, and him and his wife made a statement about it on something I watched the other day on X, I think, or well, no, because I can't find him on X. I tried Tyson James and Tyson Unruh, and I didn't see it. I should already be following him because I think I sent him that song verse on X. I don't know what's going on, but anyway, so he made a post about it. He made a little video with him and his wife addressing it, saying what's going on, and now he just put out this song. Bro, when anything happens that's like relevant, current events, Tyson James got a full song, beats, in-home production, freaking mixing and mastering is done. Dang all lyrics, original lyrics, catchy flows and hooks. He's not like the fastest, like what I normally like a Eminem or a Tech Nine, but this is the guy that made me not dislike Christian rap. I've heard Christian rap before, and it's whack. Most of it is so lame. It sounds goofy. It's just I can't Christian music in general. Some Christian hard rock, like some screamo bands, are good, but just because you can't tell the difference between the words they're saying and the words that the demon rock bands are singing, so it sounds the same. It's just like that stuff. Christian is cool. We used to get down at the Christian rock concerts, but Christian rap I always thought was lame until hearing Tyson James, and it's Christian American rap, so it's fire. But I haven't watched this whole video yet. Um, but I have listened to it on my phone. And now I need to listen to it in the headphones. But this song's good, and he came up with this quick. But I would like to talk to him and ask, could I hate CPS, and I don't even have kids. I don't even have a dog in a fight, except for seeing, the world around me and how it affects people. But CPS, social workers, all that stuff, not with it. Not a fan of that heavy screamo stuff. I was when I was like in middle school. My little rocker emo. It wasn't called emo back then. It was called freak. I wasn't goth. I was like a goth that wore a little more color, and no makeup. I did used to color my nails black with a Sharpie. It's the closest I ever got to makeup. But we called it freak. But anyway, at that time, Under Oath is sick. That's a sick band. To this day, I still love Under Oath. And they're a screamo Christian band. To this day, All right, let's get into this song. It's called "My Kids Are Mine," and it's referencing the CPS stuff that I was just talking about. So.
Once a child is legally kidnapped and placed
I hear that Tyson James beat. I already know it's gonna be fire at the beginning. Hold on. The volume wasn't up. 437,000 kids are brought in by CPS. The pizza. Look at the pizza slices hanging. Oh no, that's some symbolism.
Never thought it would happen to me. Get a knock on the door from
CPS.
It's funny because I watch my kids like a hawk.
They don't ever leave the nest. Ugh. Never thought it would happen to me. Get a knock on the door from CPS. It's funny because I watch my kids like a hawk, and they don't ever leave the nest. Oh, dang. Just that opener right there is a banger.
It's funny because I watch my kids like a hawk, and they don't ever leave the nest. Seems weird. Maybe they've been plotting with the devil, and he just want to see me stress. Or maybe the caseworker nothing but a demon, and she hate to see me blessed. But I know they've been watching me.
Hold on, I want to see what that... A guy who's probably racist. Cards Against Humanity is savage. A guy who's probably racist. And it has some picture of some American guy with a cowboy hat on.
Seems weird. Maybe they've been plotting with the devil, and he just want to see me stressed. Or maybe the caseworker nothing but a demon, and she hate to see me blessed. But I know they've been watching me, and I post about guns quite oftenly, and they know I ain't taking what they offer me.
Tyson James, extreme, bigot, white nationalist, racist, colonizer, gun supporter, anti-choice. He had a shirt he put out. I wanted it so bad. It said, straight, white, Christian, conservative, Trump supporter. Anything else you want to complain about or something like that?
You ain't smart, go to hell with your law degree. I'm 2A and you
go to hell with your law degree.
Kill the kids in the boom and you can't have mine. Karen, so many.
Oh, next part's fire. He said, I'm 2A. And you say that that's a bad sign. What do you say?
Guns quite oftenly.
I talk about guns quite often.
You ain't smart, go to hell with your law degree. I'm 2A and you say that that's a bad sign. You kill the kids in the boom and you can't have mine.
Here we go. Listen, Karen.
Abortions you parent. Now you want to teach me how to parent? Kick rocks.
Karen, so many abortions you're bearing. And now you want to tell me how to parent? Kick rocks. Whoa. That's flame. Fire.
I'm 2A and you say that that's a bad sign. You kill the kids in the womb and you can't have mine. Karen, so many abortions you parent. Now you want to teach me how to parent? Kick rocks. My job is to protect my kids from all you swine. If you keep your demon fingers off, they'll be just fine. I got angels by my side, so please don't cross that line. God gave me these children, so my kids are mine. My kids are mine. My kids are mine. Keep your demon fingers off.
Kind of quiet. Oh, that's why it's quiet.
My kids are mine. I got angels by my side, so please don't cross that line. Listen, man, don't.
Hold on, I forgot that I dropped the bar in a previous stream. So was that quiet to you guys? It was quiet to me. Let's just go back to the beginning of the chorus.
Fingers off, they'll be just fine.
That's better.
I got angels by my side, so please don't cross that line. God gave me these children, so my kids are mine. My kids are mine. My kids are mine. Keep your demon fingers off, they'll be just fine. My kids are mine. My kids are mine. I got angels by my side, so please don't cross that line. Listen, man, don't cross the line. I know CPS all lost their mind, and I promise you now that I'm not the guy. I got an army on my side and a lot behind, and we fight. All of my people are filled with the light. Come for the kids and it won't be alright. I know you miserable.
Hold on. Oh, that opening is fire.
On my side, so please don't cross that line. Listen, man, don't cross the line. I know CPS all lost their mind, and I promise you now that I'm not the guy. I got an army on my side and a lot behind, and we fight. All of my people are filled with the light. Come for the kids and it won't be alright. I know you miserable, probably a dyke, but these kids are all mine. You don't have the right. but this
Probably
happening.
indict.
CPS doing the trafficking, do more harm than good, and it's maddening. Y'all cackling and y'all doing the damaging, but one day y'all gon' pay the piper. Cause I know your daddy's the viper.
That's so true. Doing more damage than helping. Everybody's like, you should take their kids. You should take their kids. I know a girl that in Utah, they're real big on taking the kids. They're real big on it here in Utah. I don't know why. I guess I do know why. I think it's a Mormon thing. They think that nobody's raising the kids right, so they just take the kids. But the problem is, the church doesn't run CPS. The government runs CPS. And if the Mormon church did run CPS, I still wouldn't trust it. So, but yeah, I knew this girl that got her kids taken because she smoked some weed. She got caught with some weed. Not a lot of weed, not dealing it, just she was smoking some weed. And she lost her kids. Then she ended up living with her parents and being a spice head and robbing people, and it got worse and worse and worse because she was miserable. She got her kids taken from her. Then there's cases where, yeah, maybe you need to take that kid, but and this goes into the charging the parents for the school events and stuff like that. It's all oh, they're coming for the kids. They can't have them on their own. They're coming for the kids. You better believe it.
It's happening. CPS doing the trafficking, do more harm than good, and it's
CPS doing the
maddening. Y'all
trafficking.
cackling and y'all doing the damaging, but one day y'all gon' pay the piper. Cause I know your daddy's the viper. Get your hands off of these minors. Don't make me pull out the never mind.
Ooh. Keep your hands off of these minors. Don't let me pull out the 9. Never mind. That was the gun. Pew pew. Do I have to say pew pew on YouTube? Pew pew on. I gotta say pew pew on YouTube. That was the one that he pulled out. That is an Orbeez gun. It's a toy gun. That's the one that he pulled out. I'm pretty positive. He may have a really big real one, but I think that's the toy.
Get your hands off of these minors. Don't make me pull out the knife.
Yeah. When he's the reason I think that it's more than just this event, I think they've been watching him because he has songs that his kids wrote and his kids rap, and they're young, but they're getting older. They're like 13 and 15, the two that rap, or something like that. I don't want to say the wrong ages, but they're getting older. So they made a rap song talking about Pride Month and the LGBT, and they had like toy guns in the video, and they got their fingers on the triggers in some of the pictures, and the trigger discipline people were all over it in the comments, like freaking out about trigger discipline. But I bet you they'll go see a Terminator movie and they're not freaking out about trigger discipline. Or they'll say, well, in a movie you never have your finger on the trigger when you're pointing. It's a toy gun. It's a toy, but you never point even a toy gun at some. Bro, we used to have we would blast each other in the face with a Nerf gun. Like, you never pointed at somebody unless you're trying to destroy it. I get it. Gun nuts, we get it, but calm down. Calm down. Sometimes you need to calm down with this trigger discipline stuff. And so anyway, they got videos of his kids talking about the LGBT, holding guns, not having proper trigger discipline. And so I think CPS and other people are watching Tyson James. And it's scary, but he's doing God's work out here.
Do more harm than good, and it's maddening. Y'all cackling and y'all doing the damaging, but one day y'all gon' pay the piper. Cause I know your daddy's the viper. Get your hands off of these minors. Don't make me pull out the never mind. I know that you're jealous when you see my family. You can't help yourself from feeling better.
I know you're jealous when you see my
But if
family.
you don't repent for all these sins that you committed, you'll be burning next to Hitler. Burning next to Hitler. My job is to protect my kids from all you swine. If you keep your demon fingers off that
What up, Wally?
leech, fine. I got angels by my side, so please don't cross that line. God gave me these children, so my kids are mine. My kids are mine. My kids are mine. Keep your demon fingers off, they'll be just fine. My kids are mine. My kids are mine. I got angels by my side, so please don't cross that line.
Former State Senator Nancy Schaefer and her husband Bruce were found dead today.
I'm convinced without a shadow of a doubt that the parents across this country need to be warned of the dangers of the Child Protective Services nation.
Two-time Georgia Senator Nancy Schaefer fought to expose corruption in Child Protection Services, calling their work legal kidnapping. She and her husband were murder-suicided with subsequent full cover-up. What? Nancy Schaefer. I wonder if the Clintons were involved.
Murderers.
Yeah.
Oh, Clinton, he murdered a guy.
Hold on, that's not funny. Nancy Schaefer. Let me look this up. Fact check. Let's just go Wikipedia. We'll listen to the lefties. American politician and conservative legislator, served in the Georgia State Senate from 2004 to 2008. Bachelor's degree. Prominent conservative political activist. Ran in Atlanta for Republicans. Lieutenant governor of Georgia. Lost to Democrat Pierre Howard. Pierre, he sounds French. Nothing good comes from France, including the metric system. In 1998, finishing third place behind Guy Milker, blah, blah, blah. She also sought beliefs, anti-abortion, Christian beliefs, the corrupt business of Child Protective Services. After publishing a report in a press conference, she explained that the report caused her to lose her position as a Georgia state senator. Murder. She was found dead at her home in Turnerville, Georgia, in Habersham County on March 26, 2010, with a single gunshot wound to her back, along with her husband of 52 years. So they're saying her husband killed her and then killed himself. Right. Bruce Schaefer, who was found with a single gunshot, then he shot him in. It's very rare for somebody to commit suicide by shooting themselves in their chest. It happens. And there will usually be an upward angle because they're pointing it upwards. But generally, people don't shoot themselves in the chest when they. Police concluded deaths to have been a murder-suicide perpetuated by her husband. But the motive for the murder was unclear and never established. Maybe because there wasn't a motive for murder. Maybe because he didn't murder her and he didn't commit suicide. What? Before her death, she had published and promoted the report, The Corrupt Business of Child Protective Services, leading to conspiracy theories, dun, 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 surrounding her murder. Upon death, this is just some crazy conspiracy theory when you read all this. Fact check. True.
Nationwide.
All right, we're going to listen to it one time through with no commentary because I paused it and talked a lot. It's only 2 verses, only 3 minutes long. So one more time, and then we'll watch the Trump dinner, which I've already watched, but I want to watch it with you guys. And we'll open up this DJI Osmo 6 that I got for my birthday with the birthday money. Thank you guys for all the birthday money.
Once a child is legally kidnapped and placed in official safety, the child is far more likely to suffer abuse, including sexual molestation and or rape.
Never thought it would happen to me. Get a knock on the door from CPS. It's funny cause I watch my kids like a hawk, and they don't ever leave the nest. Seems weird, maybe they been plotting with the devil, and he just wanna see me stress. Or maybe the caseworker nothing but a demon, and she hate to see me blessed. But I know they've been watching me, and I post about guns quite oftenly. And they know I ain't taking what they offer me. You ain't smart, go to hell with your law degree. I'm two-way, and you say that that's a bad sign. You kill the kids in the womb, and you can't have mine. Karen, so many abortions you parent. Now you wanna teach me how to parent? Kick rocks. My job is to protect my kids from all you swine. If you keep your demon fingers off, they'll be just fine. I got angels by my side, so please don't cross that line. God gave me these children, so my kids are mine. My kids are mine. My kids are mine. Keep your demon fingers off, they'll be just fine. My kids are mine. My kids are mine. I got angels by my side, so please don't cross that line. Listen, man, don't cross the line. I know CPS all lost their mind, and I promise you now that I'm not the guy. I got an army on my side and a lot behind, and we fight. All of my people are filled with the light. Come for the kids and it won't be alright. I know you're miserable, probably a dyke, but these kids are all mine and you don't have the right. But this happening, CPS doing the trafficking, do more harm than good and it's maddening. Y'all cackling and y'all doing the damaging, but one day y'all gon' pay the piper. Cause I know your daddy's the viper. Get your hands off of these minors. Don't make me pull out the never mind. I know that you're jealous when you see my family. You can't help yourself from feeling better. But if you don't repent for all these sins that you committed, you'll be burning next to Hitler. Burning next to Hitler. My job is to protect my kids from all you swine. If you keep your demon fingers off, they'll be just fine. I got angels by my side, so please don't cross that line. God gave me these children, so my kids are mine. My kids are mine. My kids are mine. Keep your demon fingers off, they'll be just fine. My kids are mine. My kids are mine. I got angels by my side, so please don't cross that line.
Former State Senator Nancy Schaefer and her husband Bruce were found dead today.
I'm convinced without a shadow of a doubt that the parents across this country need to be warned of the dangers of the Child Protective Services nationwide.
Dang. That'll almost make a grown man boohoo. That song right there. Get out of here. Dang. That'll almost make a grown man boohoo. And I don't even have kids. That's powerful. That's powerful lyrics. Powerful song. People are like, I don't want to hear rap music that's talking about politics and current events and stuff like that. I just want to hear come on, man. Come on, man. We need some of that. We need that on the radio. I bet you Tyson James ain't throwing no Diddy parties. Speaking of Child Protective Services, where were they at on that one? No, they'll come after Tyson James. But how long did it take when everybody knew to come after Diddy? There were some children involved with that. Where were the social workers? One day, somebody remind me. Should I find it and then save it for later? The corrupt business of Child Protective Services. Let's find the document or the report. What was it? Corrupt practices. Damn, there's all sort. When you type in the corrupt practices, you got FBI, you got offices in Guano, you got customs, you got. We want Child Protective Services. I watched a movie last night. It was very low budget Christian movie, type of movie that you would watch in church. But it was pretty good. It was pretty good. What was it called? It was called Firing Squad. And it was about the Indonesians be killed, just firing squad drug traffickers. The corrupt business of Child Protective Services. Parental rights. The so-called child welfare system hurts families. Summary. This article's author worked around 300 cases in Georgia along with 100 in the nation. She shares a heartbreaking story of, who's the author of this? Georgia State Senate, Nancy Schaefer. Okay, I got it. It's not that long, but I'm not going to read it right now. I could read it during like an after party or something. If anybody reminds me, I'll save it. I need to save it to mobile bookmarks. That's where I put all my random stuff. Okay. So I found that. What was I saying? The movie, Firing Squad. So, what's up, Ramesh? Thank you, sir. called? Yeah, I'd rather hear rap about current events. Heard enough pop that Pusey stuff back in the day. Right. Yeah. Yeah, and Chains and I still like Wheezy, but I can't just listen to P word money weed, P word money weed, P word money weed, P word money weed all day. Like it gets old. Um, Firing squad. So Indonesia likes to, if you're a drug trafficker in Indonesia, they execute you with a firing squad. And these three guys, well, two guys, and then they're the runners. They're like international drug runners, and then they're like mule. Once they get there, they give it to him, and he puts in a backpack. And those three guys get arrested in Indonesia for drug trafficking and get sentenced to death. And the whole movie is about how this one guy comes to Jesus, and they have and by the end, they have the prison guard comes down and accepts Jesus and all this stuff. And it was a good movie. And allegedly, it's based off a true story. When I looked up most popular names of people who got executed, I couldn't find this guy's name. But they may have changed his name and altered the story a little bit. So I don't know, but it's a decent movie. Firing Squad. Okay, what am I looking for? Trump, Al Smith to dinner. We'll talk about this on this Monday. It's all gonna be like the election run up show, because next Monday is the Halloween show where it's gonna be again. Halloween is not pagan. We always got to cover that every year. Pumpkin carving, the origins of pumpkin carving, all that stuff we'll do the following Monday. So this Monday will be a lot of politics, a lot of Trump and Kamala, what's going on. Then it'll be Halloween show. Then it'll be the show like right before the election. Or I think, yeah, because I think it's, yeah, November 4th show. And then we're going to do that show. We're not going to do an after party on the 4th. I'm going to do the show from 6 to 9. And then I'm going to go to bed. And then I'm going to wake up at like 11 and go vote. And then at noon on the 5th, Tuesday, I will start a stream. And it might be a 24-hour stream. If we have to go till noon the following day to find out the results, because I don't want to see no so-and-so place stop counting, so we can't give you the results yet. And then you wake up at 9 a.m. and you found out while you were sleeping something happened. So there won't be any sleeping this year. There will be, unless they call it. If they call it and it's over, then it's over. And then we have 79 days of hell, regardless of who wins. But let's watch this Al Smith dinner. It's really good. It's really good. You can see that people who you think hate Trump actually respect him. Like behind closed doors, I guarantee you these guys all respect Trump. Or fear him.
By the way, now it's time for the main event. Okay? Let's get ready to rumble. This is also the only part of the
We'll play Jim Gaffigan's intro too, because it's fair, and Kamala didn't show up, which is a disgrace. She didn't want a roasting match with Trump. This is the Catholic Al Smith dinner. 22% of the country is Catholic, and a large percent of the country is Christian in general. So might be something you want to show up to. Trump says it. There's a bunch of New York Catholics and Jews here. This is a layup for you, Kamala. How did you not show up to this?
show that you will see on Fox News. Shortly, I will introduce President Trump, who will likely talk about how Vice President Harris's absence proves that she hates Catholics, Americans, and babies. Then CNN and MSNBC will say President Trump went too far, and Elon Musk and Fox News will say he was pitch perfect.
Yes, he was.
You know, during the first and only debate, President Trump talked about migrants taking cats and eating them. You know, if you're keeping track at home, this is the second time grabbing a kitty has been part of a campaign issue.
Got him. Hey. What can I say?
You know.
And that's why we love him. either these famous men are grabbing them or the Haitians are grabbing up all the.
We talked about leaving that out.
I was going to leave that out.
I don't know who this girl is. She looks like Martha Stewart. She's like, we talked about leaving that out. That's Hochul. There's Schumer.
But
there's Melania.
You know,
or
here's
is
the
that
thing
Melania
that's so
or
amazing
Ivanka?
about Donald Trump. It is impossible to not have a strong opinion about President Trump.
Might be Ivanka.
You either think he is endearingly outspoken and brash, or you think he's a sociopath, and you'd like to be his running mate.
That's JD.
Donald Trump and I have a lot in common. We both have 5 children. We both have a lush mane of golden hair. And we both try to travel as much as possible to get away from our families. President Trump, before I invite you up here to the podium, I want you to know if you are reelected, I always liked you. And I'm not saying that because I don't want to be
Gaffigan's wife? Yeah, it might be.
Sent to a labor camp.
What up, Amanda?
Well, I guess that's the reason, sir.
I don't want to be sent
Ladies
to a labor
and gentlemen,
camp.
I'd like to bring up a man who loves New York City. He is the Republican nominee and the 45th President of the United States, President Donald J. Trump.
With the Democrats, they just call it a work camp instead of a labor camp. Well, no, labor is a commie word, so I think the commies probably like labor camps a little more than the right. You also might get, I think the left is probably the side of sending people to camps to have them work, labor camps. Or COVID camps. Oh, is that's the lady back here who keeps recording everything on her phone? You're recording the back of his head. Just watch the video later, lady. Maria Bartiromo.
Thank you, everybody. Well, thank you very much. It's an honor. And they told me under no circumstances are you allowed to use a teleprompter. And I got up here and I see there's this beautiful teleprompter.
Wow.
So here I am. But it is a tremendous thing. It's a tremendous dinner. I've come here with my father. So it was 3 times, but it was also many times before that, a long time ago. And it's a very special dinner.
The audio and the cameraman suck at this event, by the way, just FYI. Or maybe this is just C-SPAN, but their cameraman doesn't know how to focus, and their audio is garbage.
And you've done a fantastic job, Cardinal. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. So I'd like to thank...
Does anybody know, is this just C-SPAN's coverage? If I watch this from another place, does it look and sound this garbage?
Your Eminence, very much, and members of the clergy, so many people I know. Speaker of the House Johnson, what a job you're doing.
What a job you're doing.
He's done a great job. Senator Schumer, good. Yeah, I supported him. I was
not great.
I don't know. He used to say that's true, and now I'm not sure he would, but I gave him his first check from an office in Beach Haven, and I was very proud of it. I don't know about lately. No, I was. It was his first check. He was running.
Look at the aggressive presence. Like leans over him. I don't know about lately, Chuck. Chuck, what are you doing, Chuck? You don't want to be sitting down. Look at him cowering. Chuck Schumer's kind of just melting into the desk. He's like, And Trump is just leaning over him, a dominant presence.
And I said, he's a good man. Senator Gillibrand, thank you very much. Thank you very much for working hard.
He even compliments Kamala in this.
Governor Hochul, wherever you may be up, this is a big day, that's right. Where is the governor? Good job. It's not an easy one, is it? But you're doing all right. We have to get a little money from the federal government, I have to tell you. It's about time. It's about time. Mayor Adams.
She's not doing a good job, but he's got to say that. He loves New York. You know, he wants to see New York flourish. It's this how you know he's a businessman. Like, he could get things done with these people even if they hate him, because they don't really hate him. They envy him. They just want him for his money.
Good luck with everything. They went after you. They went after you.
That was funny. That was Eric Adams he's talking to.
Good luck with everything. They went after you. They went after you, Mayor. Yeah, boy, I do that. 9.5 months ago, I said, he just said something about the administration.
He finally focused
He's going to be indicted any moment. And guess what happened? But you're going to win. I think you're going to win. I know you're going to win. So good luck. Good luck. I don't like what they do. And also distinguished, got so many friends up here. It's great. A lot of great friends. Some of my best friends. And you are right. They are distinguished and they are wealthy for the most part. A couple are having a hard time, but they're going to get over it. I also want to thank my very beautiful wife, and thank you for mentioning, but can you believe this? She did a book, and it's a really good book, and she worked hard on it, and it just became #1 on the New York Times list, so I think that's okay.
Bro, cameraman, stop messing with it. You got the focus. Now the audio man needs to get on his job.
That's not an easy thing to do, especially when your name is Trump and you're on the New York Times list. That must be...
Yeah, he knows the business. And speaking of that, I watched the movie The Apprentice, which is the movie that just released. And it's kind of like I don't want to give my review yet, because let's say this. It is a bit of a hit piece, but I also kind of liked it. A lot of gay stuff between Cone with the Cone guy, and he was gay. You know how I know? Because he died of AIDS. But yeah, it was definitely a hit piece, but it was actually kind of well done.
Selling like hotcakes, but thank you for mentioning. I appreciate it. Good job you did. It's a true pleasure to be with you this evening. Amazing pleasure. And these days, it's really a pleasure anywhere in New York without a subpoena for my appearance. Anytime I don't get a subpoena, I'm very happy.
Very happy. It's
They've
nice.
done after me, Mr. Mayor. You're peanuts compared to what they've done to me. And you're going to be okay. But I have to be careful.
I can't do his quiet, calm, whispery voice, but when he goes, anytime, whenever he steps it up a bit, it's my favorite.
However, to understand that this will be the first time in the history of this event where jokes will be fact-checked. And they will be.
Jokes.
And they will be. It's been a long tradition for both Democrat and Republican candidates for President of the United States to attend this dinner. It's a rule. You got to go to the dinner. You got to do it. Otherwise, bad things are going to happen to you from up there. You can't do what I just saw on that screen, but my opponent...
He said bad things are going to happen to you from up there. When I first heard that, I thought he was talking about like a shooter, but he's talking about God because it's the Catholic dinner. But then he says you can't do what they just showed on that screen. I don't know what that means.
opponent feels like she does not have to be here, but my opponent feels like she does not have to be here, which is deeply disrespectful to the event and in particular to our great Catholic community. Very disrespectful. The last Democrat not to attend this important event was Walter Mondale.
He didn't do
and it
so
did not
good.
go very well for him. He lost 49 states and he won one, Minnesota.
Figures.
So I said, there's no way I'm missing it. Actually, it was not easy for me to get here tonight. Because I wasn't going to miss this thing, no matter, I didn't care. I wasn't going to miss it. But that's true, Walter Mondale, 49-1. He was expected to do well, and it didn't work out. It shows you there is a God. I mean, for those people
Fact check that.
I understand the real reason that she's not here is she's hunting with her running mate, spending a lot of time hunting. In any event, it's a weird.
Look at Chuck hunched over, melting into his desk. He's doing the thing where there's a meme about it where the parent says, "Hey, my daughter thinks you're cute" to the waiter, and the girl just like melts under the desk. Fact check true. There is a God. Yeah. Fact check that one, C-SPAN or CNN or PolitiFact, whatever, Snopes. Nope.
Weird. You know the word weird. They call me weird. They call JD weird. We're very solid people. This guy is calling us weird, but this was weird that the Democrat candidate is not here and with us tonight. I want to also congratulate somebody's going to make us all healthy. RFK Jr., we love you. I don't see him. He's campaigning all over the place. He's campaigning. You're all over. Hello, you both. Nice to see you both. Doing a good job. He's a great guy, too. He really is. He's going to make us a healthier place. We're going to let him go wild for a little while. Then I'm going to have to maybe rein him back. Because he's got some pretty wild ideas, but most of them are really good, I think. He's a good man. And he believes the environment, the healthy people. He wants healthy people. He wants healthy food. And he's going to do it. He's going to have a big chance to do it because we do need that. I would not have missed the Al Smith dinner for anything in the world. I still remember coming here as a very young guy with my father, Fred. He was a great guy, my father.
The camera angle doesn't change in the... We're going to open up this Osmo that I got for my birthday with the birthday gifts from you guys while we watch this.
He was a tough cookie, but he had a very big heart. He was, anytime we'd walk down the street, and you don't see it too much anymore, there'd be people standing with tin cans, and he would always take out $100 and put it in that can. And I always thought it was beautiful. And frankly, I even think more so now it was beautiful, because nowadays you don't see it so much. But I miss him, and we used to come here very religiously. And a great New York tradition has been born 79 years ago. It was born 79 years ago, and there are some people that were here for almost that length. I know many of them, and it's not a pretty picture. Not a pretty picture.
Nice
The
box.
two candidates for president are supposed to exchange good-natured barbs, and you know we get along very well. I didn't like Biden very much, and now I like him quite a bit. You know, it's and now I say that she's much worse than him. He was a much better candidate than her, actually.
Easier to
when
beat.
we hopefully win, dispose of her. I like her a lot, but right now I can't stand her. It's true. I can't stand. I've never liked people that I was competing against. When you do, a lot of bad things happen, and we are doing well. By the way, the votes are starting to come in. You got to get.
So he said I liked her until she ran against me. So see, he even had a compliment for Kamala in there.
Get out and vote. And Catholics, you got to vote for me. Just remember. You better remember I'm here, and she's not. I could have done that too. But you do something that's incredible. The Catholic Church, you're helping the poor, educating children, and supporting the vulnerable. But if you really wanted Vice President Harris to accept your invitation, I guess you should have told her the funds were going to bail out the looters and rioters in Minneapolis, and she would have been here, guaranteed she would have been here.
Damn.
Guaranteed.
Damn.
She would have been okay. She would have been okay with that. But I know this isn't my normal crowd tonight because
it's tiny,
it just
it's
isn't.
compact.
It's not my normal crowd. Believe me, my normal crowd is younger, has a lot more energy, but you have certain advantages too, like cash, lots of cash.
Lots of cash. You got lots of money.
Many of you are Manhattan liberals from the media and the Democrat Party. I always say the Democrat, you know, Chuck doesn't like that. He likes Democratic, and it sounds much more beautiful, the Democratic Party. I always say the Democrat Party because it sounds worse. It is true. He likes Democratic. Why don't they just change the name? This way, you know, it is Democrat. But I must say I was shocked when I heard that Kamala was skipping the Al Smith dinner. I'd really hoped that she would come because we can't get enough of hearing her beautiful laugh. She laughs like crazy. We would recognize it any place in this room, and all polls are indicating I'm leading big with the Catholic vote.
Very bigly.
As I should be. As I should be. But I don't think Kamala has given up yet. She hasn't. Instead of attending tonight, she's in Michigan receiving communion from Gretchen Whitmer. That's not a pretty sight.
That was messed up. Let me see if I can pull that up. This thing's pretty cool. I'll show you what this does after the video's over, but this was like Catholics took insult to this. Well, I'll play it on the Monday show. We'll play it on the Monday show. But she did a campaign ad where she takes communion from Gretchen Whitmer. Gretchen Whitmer's the governor of Michigan, I think. And during COVID, she was one of the ones that was putting people in that was putting young people into nursing homes with old people during COVID, which is an odd thing to do when add a bunch of more people to communicate the disease with elderly people who are more at risk. That makes a lot of sense. And then that one kid beat that old man to death while he was in his bed. You remember that? We've covered that story a couple times because people they kind of memory hold that one. They kind of memory hold that one with George Floyd and all that other stuff. But right around that same time, a young black man who was put into a nursing home beat an old man to death. He was a real jerk, that kid. This thing is cool. So it's a phone gimbal stabilizer. You put your phone in it. I had the old one. I had the DJI 1. This is the DJI 6. And you can it's not letting me control it. There it goes. Maybe it knows that there's no phone in it. But anyway, you can use the stick and you can move it around. You can set up time-lapse shots where it does it all by itself. You can set up tracking where I stand in front of it, put myself in a box, and I can run around and it'll follow me wherever I go. And the other thing I got to get, and it's cool, it comes on when you open it and it shuts off when you close it. I think you just do this. Yep. You just fold it down to close it. Much more small and compact than the old model. We're doing a little product review. We're doing a bunch of stuff tonight. But I need to get the wireless DJI mic that you clip on your shirt, or you can get the little handle that you slide it into so you have like a microphone and it goes straight to your phone with Bluetooth, or it goes to a receiver and then to your phone and the receiver records it. But I'm going to get all that stuff here soon with some of the money y'all sent me and my parents sent me and my brother sent me for my birthday. Damn, they're playing some loud techno downstairs. What the heck? All right, back to this.
But Catholics, please don't be too insulted by Kamala's absence. If the Democrats, he says, thank you very much, I appreciate it. If Democrats really wanted to have someone not be with us this evening, they would have just sent Joe Biden. You know, he's having second thoughts, you know that, right? He wants to come back. If she does any worse in the polls, they're going to bring him back again, I think. Chuck, he's going to do it. He's the one that got him out. That's the guy. Much more so than Crazy Nancy, I will tell you.
Thank you,
Because I
sir.
know him. He did it. Joe has almost disappeared from view. The only way he could be seen less is if he had a show on CNN. They've got nothing. Fake news, right? Fake.
Fake news.
That term wasn't good. You know, they say that term is no longer in vogue because it's much worse than fake. I don't want to tell you what the real name is. I won't do it because all those cameras would shut off of me.
Corrupt
They don't
news.
like that. But apparently Joe didn't think it was fair for me to have the podium to myself with Kamala skipping the event. So he called.
He said it in the PBD interview, Patrick Bet David interview. He said the other thing they call it is corrupt. The other thing, it's not fake news. It's worse than fake news. They don't like me to say it, but it's corrupt. It's corrupt news. Corrupt news.
Looked at me and said, "Don't." Does anybody understand that? Yeah. I thought it was actually very good until just now. It was announced this morning that at a funeral
Too much of an
yesterday,
inside
in a rare
joke.
moment of clarity, Joe told Barack Hussein Obama that, quote, only a few people got that.
Barack Hussein Obama.
Or as
Rush
Limbaugh
Limbaugh.
used to say, Barack Hussein Obama. Remember, bro? He was a piece of work. We miss him. But as he told Barack Hussein Obama, quote, she's not as strong as me. She's not as strong. Do you understand that? And Obama agreed, saying, that's true. Other than that, I think the Democrats are getting along quite well. Right? Nobody got that one. The fact is, we need new leadership in this country. Right now, we have someone in the White House who can barely talk, barely put together two coherent sentences, who seems to have mental faculties of a child, it's said. There's a person that has nothing going, no intelligence whatsoever, but enough about Kamala Harris. Let's get on to something. I know Kamala's word because she spends a lot of time complaining. I won't agree to another debate. But the truth is, I've debated twice this year, once against Joe Biden and once against David Muir of ABC. That was amazing, 11 times.
11 times fact
None
checked.
for the other side.
None for the other side.
I don't
Fact
think
check.
so. That's
True.
fake news. I don't know what's going to happen 3 weeks from now. It's going to be very interesting. It just started. It's actually, isn't it sort of exciting? Right? It really, isn't it just exciting what's going on? It's a process. It's a rough process, too. Not so pretty, and yet sometimes very beautiful. But the press is reporting that Democrats are starting to panic. They're panicking. They are panicking because, you know, the votes that are coming in very, very strong.
Look at
a
Chuck
certain way.
shaking
I won't
his head
tell you
no.
what way that is, but Chuck Schumer is here looking very glum.
Very glum.
Doesn't he look glum? He looks glum. But look on the bright side, Chuck, considering how woke.
Bro, so condescending to Chuck. Look at little Chucky. Don't you just look sad? Oh, poor Chucky, you look sad? That was so awesome. And Chuck was looking glum when he was talking about the election, how the votes are starting to come in. Chuck looked kind of glum there. Oh, let's see. Look at Chuck. Look at Chuck right there, looking glummer than a mug.
Reporting that Democrats are starting to panic. They're panicking. They are panicking because, you know, the votes that are coming in very, very strong.
He's looking
I
glum.
won't tell you what way that is, but Chuck Schumer is here looking very glum. Doesn't he look glum? He looks glum. But look.
Bro, he looks like a little demon troll down. Let me look happy. My Scorlock make me happy.
On the bright side, Chuck, considering how woke your party has become, if Kamala loses, you still have a chance to become the first woman president.
Damn.
And I actually said,
Wait, is Chuck not a man? Is Chuck a woman too?
Beta!
do you mind if I do that? He said, no, you got to do what you got to do. He's a pro. He's a professional. No, he's a good man, actually. I hate to say it. Don't ever use it against me, please. They'll say, this dinner was really setting me back when I say that. But I've known him a long time. There's a group called White Dudes for Harris. Have you seen this? White Dudes for Harris.
Yeah, that seems about right, Daddy Chub.
Anybody know? Are some of you here? White Dudes for Harris doesn't sound like it. But I'm not worried
Sound like
about them
women.
at all because
Sound like a
their
couple
wives
women.
and their wives' lovers are all voting for me. Every one of those people is voting for me. And as you may
White Dudes for Harris. Unfortunately, all their wives and their wives' lovers are voting for me. Those people are all mine. That's awesome.
Every one of those people is voting for me. And as you may have seen, Kamala did an interview on Fox News yesterday. It went so poorly for her that the Democrats have been forced to install another 100 drop boxes throughout the city. And the upside really is Kamala now sees the benefit of deportation. She wants to deport people. She's vicious. She wants to deport people, and she wants to start by deporting Brett Baer of Fox. It's an interesting interview last night. Huh? A major issue in this race is child care, and Kamala has put forward a concept of a plan. A lot of people don't like it. The only piece of advice I would have for her in the event that she wins would be not to let her husband, Doug, anywhere near the nannies. Just keep them away.
Shit.
That's a nasty one. That's nasty. I told these idiots that gave me this stuff, that's too tough. Oh, I did. You know, they told me the last time I did
Never admit defeat. That's their fault. I didn't put that on there. That was these guys who wrote this.
I was running against Crooked Hillary. And, I mean Hillary. No, I was running against Crooked Hillary, and I did it. And I thought it was a roast. So I was told it's a roast. And I had the meanest guy you've ever seen write stuff up. And man, was the room angry. Even the Cardinal remembers. I went overboard. Don't you agree, Cardinal? It was like terrible. And I knew I was in trouble around.
Was that the same year that Norm Macdonald hosted it? Damn, they're freaking bumping techno music downstairs. Crazy. I don't know if that's the same year Norm roasted it, but it was so funny when Trump was there. And that's when he said, I knew all these people. They all loved me. But I realized they only love me for my money. They all just want my money. And it wasn't even funny. It was like, damn, it was like serious. They all hate him now because he ran. But before, they all loved him because they wanted his money.
Midway through, because, you know, people are not, even my own side was angry at me. They were saying it's too much. But I did it anyway. I didn't give it. Campaigning can take a toll on a family and family life, although I hear that Kamala and her husband carve out some really beautiful alone time at the end of the day for an intimate dinner, just Doug, her, and a teleprompter that she uses quite well. And by the way, she wouldn't have liked this tonight if she was told about no teleprompter. I can't believe I saw a teleprompter. They said they've never had a teleprompter in the history of this dinner. I told that to the Cardinal, right? And then a teleprompter pops up for, he must be a very important comedian to get that. They give you one, but not me. How about that one? Huh? Come here. Yeah, and you did a good job. Tradition holds that I'm supposed to tell a few self-deprecating jokes this evening. So here it goes. Nope. I've got nothing. I've got nothing. There's nothing to say. I guess I just don't see the point of taking shots at myself when other people have been shooting at me for a hell of a long time, and they shoot hard. You know, they say about presidents, they say
Damn.
Andrew Jackson was the president that was the most meanly treated. His wife died. She died of heartache. She was heartbroken at the way they treated him. And they say that second was Abraham Lincoln, but he was in charge of a civil war, you know. So, but those were the two, Andrew Jackson. Up until me, now they say it's not even close. There's never been a president that's been treated so badly as me, and our people aren't happy about it. But I was treated a little bit rough. But I don't mind it somehow, and I think it's just part of the game. I'd like to thank our
Part of the game.
MC this evening,
Part of the
Jim
game.
Gaffigan.
That's what I've been trying to tell people. It's part of the game. It is a game, and we're just chess pieces.
Most recently, Jim has been playing Tim Walsh on Saturday Night Live, and that'll be a very short gig, I hope, Jim. But it was fun while it lasted, wasn't it? Let's see how that lasts. It better be quick. We don't want him, and I'm not going to say anymore. But unfortunately, Governor Walsh isn't here himself, but don't worry, he'll say that he was. He's going to say
Oh, shit.
I used to think the Democrats were crazy for saying that men have periods, but then I met Tim Walsh. The stupid show, The View, is so bad now that the other day I was watching it and thinking to myself, you know what? They really need to bring Rosie O'Donnell back. That show is bad. Those people are bad. I know every one of them, and they are bad news, I want to tell you. And it doesn't do very well either. I always like to say, ratings are very important. When they don't do well, it doesn't do very well. As I look around the dais, I see all of the usual suspects. For instance, Mayor Adams. I'd like to poke some fun at Eric, but I'm going to be nice. I just want to be nice because I know what it's like to be persecuted by the DOJ for speaking out against open borders. We were persecuted, Eric. I was persecuted, and so are you, Eric. The mayor's dietary restrictions are well known, but I've got to say I've never met a person who's a vegan who liked turkey so much. There's something about him with turkey. I just found that out today.
I don't get it.
In New York that much. Don't let it, but you're going to win, Eric. We have another former New York City mayor with us, frankly, easily the worst in our history. And it's not Michael, that I can tell you. I'm surprised that Bill de Blasio was actually able to make it tonight, to be honest. He was a terrible mayor. I don't give a shit if this is comedy or not. He was a terrible mayor. He did a horrible job. That's not comedy, by the way, that's fact. But unlike the rest of New York, at least Bill doesn't have to worry about the criminals. They owe him big. He let them get away with a lot of stuff. Well, I'd better wrap up because Mayor Adams told me earlier that I needed to make this one very quick, especially the city has reserved this room for a large group of illegal aliens coming in from Texas.
Oh, shit.
That's right, they've reserved many rooms, a lot of rooms, too many rooms. But in all seriousness, it's an honor to be here to support the city and the community. It's a great community that I love. I've been here a long time and I love it. And then it's going to make a big comeback, and I'm going to help it make a comeback. I'm going to win, and I'm going to make a comeback. We're going to turn this thing around. And I want to pay tribute to a really incredible man, a man who was a tremendous politician. And actually, the fact that he was Catholic it probably did him in, right?
These mics suck.
Nobody knows for sure. But he was a great guy, Al Smith, great guy. Everyone says it, happy warrior. I've said before that I'll say it again as many times as I have to, directly to the mayor and the governor. If I have the honor to be elected next month, we're going to see what happens. It's happening so fast, but if I have the honor, I look forward to working together to make this city greater than ever before. We're going to do that. We're going to be focused on. I'll work with the governor. I'll work with the mayor, Democrats. I will work with them. I work with whoever I have to, and we will even work very hard to bring back the SALT tax deduction. We're going to bring it back. We're going to bring it back. We're going to get that thing going, Chuck, okay? I actually thought about not doing jokes tonight. I was going to come out here and say, listen, our country is doing very badly. This is not about jokes. And then some person said, you have to do jokes. I said, I don't want to. There's nothing funny about what's happening to our country. And I actually meant that. I was going to do that. But they convinced me to say some of the things I said tonight. I don't know if they were funny or not, but hey, you think this is easy standing up here and doing this? In front of half a room that hates my guts and the other half loves me? Half of us love me. Well, maybe it's, I think 75% love me. But I actually do. I did think about that, and our country is doing very badly with respect to its open borders and inflation, crushing things happening in the Middle East and Ukraine. It's so sad to see what's happening in Ukraine. Wow. I had a lot of people very religious people come up to me tonight from Ukraine, and they're asking me for help. So sad to see so many people have been killed in Ukraine, and we're going to get it settled up if we win. As I'm president-elect, I'm going to get that done. I'm going to do it before we ever get back. We have to get it stopped. Too much.
That's what he said on PBD. While he's president-elect, he will get those problems. Oh, come on with the techno, man. Come on. Anyway, he said he's going to get Ukraine solved and be working on Israel while he's president-elect. So in between, which would do a lot to quell any social disturbances that happen if Kamala wins.
It's killing, and all of those cities are coming crashing down. Those beautiful golden domes
or loses
are crashing down on their side.
Either way, whether Kamala wins or Trump wins, 79 days of hell until Inauguration Day. There's going to be a lot of social unrest. But if they elect Trump and he gets in there, and as he's president-elect, he's stopping wars, I think people will calm down and be like, oh, yeah, this is what it was like 4 years ago. Oh, yeah. I remember they made me forget everything with COVID. I just forgot everything. Now I remember. Wow. It's like light in the sky opened up, and I remember what it was like under Trump. Pay attention to the personnel in the camera shot. These people around him. This guy you can't see because he's behind my face cam. Older guy, very red face. He does not look happy at all. Schumer doesn't look happy. This lady seems kind of chill. Look, she's giving him the sideways eye right now, though. Like, I don't know about that, Trump, Say, yeah.
Crashing down. Those beautiful golden domes are crashing down on their sides. They're so sad to see. The whole thing is so sad. So we're going to be, for all those people, there's so many people came up to the dais, and religious people from Ukraine, and I'm going to say, and I told them, don't worry, we're going to get it stopped. It's too bad it ever started. It should have never started. It wouldn't have started. But we're going to have our country respected again.
That's Bloomberg. This guy whose side of his head do you see right here? Okay. Red-faced dude is Bloomberg. Oh, all right.
We're going to make sure that it's respected, and we're going to go out and do very good things for ourselves as a country and for the world. These are challenging times for our beautiful USA, but I'm committed to working with every partner here in New York and all across the nation to build an America that once again is strong and safe and proud and prosperous and free. We're going to make sure together we can create a future defined by great ambitions and grand achievements that once again inspires the dreams of our children, brings back the American dream. You don't hear about the American dream anymore. We're going to make it possible for them to have the American dream. This is a very religious evening to me. It really is. It represents so much. My sister was somebody that loved the church and gave to the church. The cardinal knew that. I had a certain priest that she thought was incredible, right? For a certain very, very fine man that she thought was incredible. Having recently, myself, survived 2 assassination attempts. I survived. I have a chart that went down to the right. Fortunately, I looked at it's my all-time favorite piece of paper. But it went down, and I looked to the right, and I said, you know, was that luck? What was that, luck, or was that God that did that? And I think it was God that did that. I do. But I have a very fresh, Cardinal, I have a very fresh appreciation for how blessed we are by God's providence and His divine mercy. I mean, that was something, I was not supposed to be here tonight. That I can tell you. So with God's help, I know there is nothing that cannot be achieved. We can achieve so much good with this country and get together and unify. I want to thank the Al Smith Foundation for its noble work, and I want to express my tremendous gratitude to the Catholic community. It's a great community. It's a community I've gotten along with all my life. I tell you, when I was president, I was in the Oval Office and I got a call from the Cardinal, and he said, we need help. It was during the China virus. I want to be accurate when I describe it. And he said, we need help. Our schools are in devastating shape. They needed much more than $1 billion. I won't even tell you the number, but much more than $1 billion. But I've known the community and I've known the schools. I know so many people that were educated in the Catholic school system, and they are great, and they just speak with it like with love, much more so than almost any system that I've seen. And he said, sir, we have a big problem. We need a number of billions of dollars, or we're going to have to close down the New York school system, the whole system in New York. And I said, give me 15 minutes. I think I can find it. And we gave him billions of dollars. And you know what? He stayed open, and they thrived. And to this day, I hear you did just about the best job there is in education. So, and that was always an honor. That was always. And every time he sees me, he says, thank you very much. I said, I know what you're talking about, but we worked together. We were a good partnership, right? We got that money in about 15 minutes, billions, and it was put to very good use. But I just want to thank everybody. This is a special evening. It's a very serious evening, I think. We have some serious problems in the world, but they're going to get solved, and we're going to make America great again. And thank you very much, and God bless you all. Thank you. Thank you very much.
So in contrast, well, sounds like somebody's booing. There's one boo. That's a standing ovation right there.
Thank you, President Trump. This concludes our first half of the program.
Meanwhile, Kamala's was. We'll play Kamala's on Monday because I don't have time tonight. But let's see this Lizzo supporting Kamala.
So you think you know Wix, but do you really?
What up, though?
What up, though?
You know all the best things were made in Detroit. Coney dogs, fake.
Since when? When? Friggin' 60 years ago?
And Lizzo. I'm so proud to be from this city. You know, they say if Kamala wins, then the whole country will be like Detroit.
What? What? Did she say they say if Kamala wins, the whole country? I think she said, well, that's because she's on the Ozempic. She's on the Lizzo. Oh, it's Lizzo. Have you seen that South Park? I think she said they say if Kamala wins, the whole country's going to be like Detroit. And now is she going to say how awesome Detroit is and how that's a good thing? That's a good thing. Communism is a good thing.
I'm so proud to be from this city. You know, they say if Kamala wins, then the whole country will be like Detroit. Okay? Proud like Detroit. Resilient like Detroit. We're talking about the same Detroit that innovated the auto industry and the music industry.
What about like poor, starving, and dilapidated like Detroit?
So put some respect on Detroit's name.
What?
You deserve a president who understands that their job is to be a public servant. And Kamala Harris has dedicated her entire career to public.
She's such a public servant. She's a damn public slave.
Service.
Hey, welcome to the welcome to the community. You wanted to be black, Kamala, you got it. Now you're not a public servant, you're a public slave. That's fucked up.
From DA to VP, and I think Mrs. Commander-in-Chief has a nice ring to it.
Yeah, it was a joke. Like they say it'll be like Detroit. Well, that's awesome. Detroit is great. Here's how.
So if you ask me if America is ready for its first woman president, I only got one thing to say. It's about damn time! It's about damn time!
Like it's about time to be damned. It's about damn time. Who damns? God damns. When God damns something, it is not a good thing. So if it's about damn time, meaning it's about time to be damned, I don't know if that's a good thing. That's on if Kamala had to eat a Lizzo banana. Ugh. And this is who we.
Whereas ketamine.
That's who we could have running our country. Bro, they are partying downstairs. What the heck? This is not the Barbie movie. This is a Kamala Harris rally. That's crazy. All right, guys, I gotta go to work. Just wanted to do a short one. I'll do my I need to get a haircut soon. I'll do my on Monday we'll talk about the final run up to the election before we do our Halloween show the following Monday and then election show the following Monday. So busy little 2 weeks here coming up as we lead up to the election. But yeah, I'll see you guys. I'll probably see you for like an hour tomorrow night while I put the show together. But definitely Monday night, and I'll give my review of the Apprentice movie on Monday night. A little short, in-depth review of the movie on Monday, because it relates to. We're going to be talking about what is the October surprise. There's been a lot of surprises this election season. What are we calling the October surprise? I don't know, but I'll see you guys Monday. God bless you.